Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm trying to get out of the bright lights. Today I'm going to be making some potato soup, and I'm not following any recipe. I've just made it a few times, and it's not going to be anything exactly like a recipe you might see because I'm just making it up as I go. So let's get making. Alright, in the pot, I'm just cooking in my Pioneer Woman Dutch oven that I got from Walmart for Christmas last year. And there's still a little bit of frozen pieces in there. I had some homemade chicken stock that I had made several months ago, and I just put it in mason jars and froze it. So you can use chicken stock or just plain water to boil your potatoes, but I am using chicken stock. I figured I'd give this a try, and I figured it would add lots of flavors. So I've got 5 small to medium, well, they're pretty small, red potatoes. You can use whatever potatoes you want. And I peeled them. I didn't worry about getting every little tiny piece off because I don't worry about all that. But I'm going to cut them up. So I cut it in half, and then I cut each side in half again. Half again. You just want bite-sized pieces. And then twice. So pretty much like that. I don't mind my hand where I got a scratch on it. So about that size, and then you put it in your pot and boil it until they're tender. Is it just me or does that look like a heart, the piece I left on there? Alright, I've got all my potatoes cut up, and I'm going to slowly add them to the water, and it's coming up on a boil slowly, which it don't matter, but we're going to cook them. And I also need to tell you, so this is a pint jar, and I filled it up about to where my thumb is with extra water to put in here. And this is just for me, my son, and my husband. And potatoes go a long ways. You can make them stretch. So we will probably have leftovers from this. Probably. And I would also add green onions, but I don't have green onions, and I'd also add bacon if I had bacon. If I had some hamburger meat or something like that, I guess I could have added that, but I don't have any on hand, and plus I'm just kind of wanting it plain. But I definitely am going to add lots of onions. Just, well, red onions, because that's what we got right now. Purple onions. Okay, I just added some of my purple onions. I call them purple onions because they're more purple than they are red. That we grew, or I grew from little babies. And next I'm going to add some garlic powder. And the trick is to get this in the, like where on the aisle with all the tacos and stuff. It's like $3 and something, and on the regular aisle, the spice aisle, it's like a lot more than that, like $8 probably. So I'm just adding probably about a tablespoon of this because I really like garlic. You can also just use plain water, like I said, just add whatever spices, salt and stuff to the water. This is some green onion that I dehydrated, so I guess I could use that. So I'm going to put probably about a tablespoon of that in there as well, and give that a stir. About 17 minutes left, and I'd already been boiling them for probably almost 5 minutes. So we're going to keep an eye on them. Make sure they've got enough liquid in there. You want the liquid to absorb. And I'm cooking this between a medium and a low. Okay, it's been cooking for about a total of 20 minutes. And as you can see, they're pretty tender. However, I'm just going to keep on going with it. I've got 1 cup of regular old whole milk. I'm going to add to that. May need more. We'll start off with that and let it slowly come up to a boil. Now, potatoes are something to me that needs plenty of salt. Now, the stock that I have in here probably may not have enough already. We don't know. And plus, I'm going to be adding cheese to this. So, after I add the cheese, I'm going to give it a taste and see if it needs more. I'm also going to add a little bit of butter. Alright, I just added another half a cup of milk. And I'm going to add about a tablespoon of cornstarch to this. mix it up. I'm going to let this continue to cook more until I'm ready to thicken it. You can also make a roux, and since I was just winging this, I wasn't even thinking about that. You can do butter or oil and then add 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil or a tablespoon or 2 of butter, and then add a tablespoon or 2 of flour, and then slowly add it. But it's already going to be thick then, so I'm just going to try it this way. And like I said, I'm going to bring it back to a boil, let it boil probably 5 minutes or so, and then I am going to add my mixture of cornstarch and milk. Alright, it's been cooking for another 5 minutes, and I shredded up about a half to a cup of extra sharp cheddar cheese, and then I'm going to be using some Parmesan cheese. You can use the kind you have to grate yourself. I just do this. I always buy the one that has the Parmesan and Romano because I think it tastes a lot better. And I also have, get all that off there, 1/4 cup of Parmesan. Give this a nice stir. The cheese will also thicken it. You want the potatoes, I keep wanting to say taters, I guess I should just say it because that's what I call them anyway. You want them to get softened enough to where you can mash them. And you can either blend all this up and mash them all up and have it completely mashed, or you can leave some of it chunky. Some more milk. It's probably almost 2.5 cup, something like that. It smells so good, that cheese does. Like I said, I usually would put bacon in this. I did text my husband and tell him if he wanted bacon in it, he's going to have to go get me some. Or if you have ham. The only thing I don't think would be that great in it would be chicken, but if you had ham or bacon, I think that would be delicious. Alright, now I'm going to add, that's kind of an option. You don't absolutely have to have it in there, because as you can see, once I added the cheeses, it thickened up. And then at the very end, when I've got it done, I'm going to add probably about a couple tablespoons of some sour cream to give it some creaminess and to kind of counterbalance all the cheese flavor. So I just tried a bite and it tastes perfect. Don't need to add any salt. Might add pepper, but that'd be the only thing. I just have a little bit of sour cream left in this tub, so I'm going to add what's left in here. And like I said, it would be awesome with some bacon in it. And I did add a little bit of bacon grease, and it smells just like I have fresh bacon in there. Some parsley to make it look pretty. I'm going to try to eat some of it. It's really hot. Because I haven't tried it since I added the sour cream and the bacon grease. And I just keep that in a jar in the fridge. Every time I cook bacon, if it's not full, I just fill it up. And you can see it has little pieces still. So good. The potatoes taste salty all the way through, because I boiled them in that chicken stock I made. Hot. Would be good with pieces of bacon, but I'm telling you, put the bacon grease in, forget about that. All I need is a piece of bread. Now y'all go try this. It's a simple recipe. I didn't do anything fancy. You don't have to use the cornstarch and stuff like that. If you just put the right amount of liquid. I had to add more liquid than I had to worry about not having enough. So, just play around with it. If you mess up, try again. But, I mean, just try it. Thank y'all so much for watching. Please subscribe, and God bless y'all.